Alright, so we're going to keep working with objects here. This is a class we created in a previous video called coffee. Defines what a coffee is, has a name, has a price, has a weight, and has a quantity. That's its private members. Its public is the interface, which is just a bunch of setters and getters for those data, keeping the class simple. This is the declaration. And the matching file with the CPP extension has the implementation, connecting the two files with the header file up at the top included, and then the coffee : in front of each of the methods to connect and say that this method belongs to the class. In our main, we created two instances of the coffee. Coffee is now a new data type, just like int, double, and floats. The data types, coffee is program defined data type. We can call the methods using the dot operator. And we did the gets down here, the sets up there. We outputted the data. So what I'm going to do different now is actually create an array of this data type. So it's just a new data type, just like an int. I can create an array of integers. I can create an array of coffee. Here I'm going to create an array of 3 of them. And there it goes. It works, compiles. It doesn't do anything, but it will create an array to hold 3 instances of coffee. Now that I have the ability to hold them, I can set those locations, such as the 0 location equal to the dark roast. I can set the second location, index 1, to the other instance that we currently have, which is the espresso. And then I can create the third one and set that one also. Well, before I do that one, we can do, yes, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so there's that one, and I'm going to create a new coffee object as so I have all 3 there now, and I have espresso spelt wrong. There we go. Alright, and so all I'm going to do is now output those 3 using the array notation. So I'm going to copy that code over there instead of typing all that in. It's the same code that's up above for all 3, except instead of using the variable name dark roast and espresso, I am using the array to access those exact same 2 there. The third one I never set any data to, so this should come out with zeros and garbage data. So let's show that. I put a couple blank lines in between the old output and the new output, so we'll be able to see it in the window where the 2 exists, and there they are. Alright, so these first 2 lines match those 2 as it should, but the third one has no name. So the cost is 0 because we never set the price or the quantity, and the weight we never set, so they're all 0. We access the objects with the dot operator on the object of the array. This portion right here, my coffee index 0, gives me an object, gives me that dark roast in this case. The 1 down below it gives me the espresso object. I don't need to put the dark roast. You can't put dark roast here because it doesn't know that. It just knows it has an object, doesn't know it's also called dark roast. That's a whole separate variable referencing the same object. Alright. So now we can go ahead and set the data for that new one that we never set. Alright. Again, using the array, I have no other variable to get to this third one. I'm going to set it to donut shop, its price, its quantity, and its weight. Again, this is giving me that third object that I created up here, access to it. No name other than the array name with an index. And now I can output all 3 of them again. And we'll put some blank lines in between those also. Oops. Now we'll see 3 different blocks in the output. Right, so we're accessing the array, and in this case when we access the individual locations of the array, we're actually accessing an object, and we have access to all the methods and data that are part of that object. So now you see we have donut shop there. It costs $399 based on the quantity and the price, and the weight is 2. Okay, so again, it's just a new data type, so things we have done with the primitive data types will work here also.